Hello, so I'm going to be talking about today the day my pantyhose dropped to my ankles, but I still somehow retained my dignity. This is Jody Maley with the Heart Centered Entrepreneur, and this is a true story. Welcome back here for those of you who do or do not know me. My name is Jody Maley, and today I just wanted to tell you, obviously, a simple story of, true enough, my pantyhose did dropped to my ankles. I was doing a keynote speaking gig at a very large, it was about 600 people conference with a company that I was currently partnered with, and there was over 600 women present, and it was mid-July, super hot in Toronto of all places. And the requirement to be on stage was to wear a full dress, pantyhose, the whole shebang. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get on stage and be like, what's happening here? The heat I thought was gonna just drive me crazy. So one of the girls on my team, they had suggested, you know what, instead of wearing like full-on pantyhose, why don't you just try these individual stockings? They'll be great. I'm like, wonderful, problem solved. I'm gonna get onto stage, I'll have stockings instead of full pantyhose. It'll be wonderful. Well, there I am on stage in front of 600 women live, and they're all looking at me, and wouldn't you know it, as I'm starting my keynote, one of those stockings just dropped right to my ankles. On stage, what's a girl to do? And I remember just looking down and then back up and saying something like, you know what? This is exactly like being a mom, right? A business owner and a speaker. You wear so many hats that sometimes your pantyhose just ends up at your ankles. What else are you gonna do? And you just gotta keep going. So everyone laughed, and it was quite a funny moment. And I just remember taking off the other stocking and just putting it into my pocket, and I just kept going, right? I didn't stop. I finished my keynote. The funny thing is that for the rest of the weekend, women just kept coming up to me and saying, wow, you're such an inspiration. Thank you for delivering that keynote, because it stuck with them. Okay. My little failure in what I was doing, I just kept going regardless. And that's what stuck with people. They remembered who I was. And to them, they were like, it just wasn't the content, because the content, of course, was really great. But the content was really great because I was showing people in my keynote how to increase your business by 148% in a year, which is what I did the year before in my sales. And that's why they had me on stage as a keynote. It was literally implementing exactly what I teach. Okay? It was that when things don't go always the right way or how you expect them, you just keep going. And it was the fact that I didn't break my rhythm that connected with people. It's like, oh, she literally had her pantyhose fall to her ankles, and she kept on going, regardless. And I thought, yep, if I could give people an aha moment still, instead of running off stage, a lot of people would be like, oh no, malfunctioned, and gone behind the stage to hide. I don't. And I don't really do that with either myself or with my clients either. And really, that's what we have going on in the energy of the week right now. You see, it's these gates and transits that are really about energy and how we can use it. And when I sat with that this morning, that's the story that came up, that you can keep going even with weird energy going on around you, with things malfunctioning around you. But by knowing yourself and knowing your power skills, it's just that you have so much more command of what it is that when things fall apart, literally, the resources inside of you can keep going. And that's where the beauty comes in. So I want you to sit with this, because once this connects with you, that no matter what's going on around you, by knowing who you are, by knowing who it is that you're here to serve, you can then speak the language that wakes people up. And over the last several years, I've had various different clients come to me with different needs, and some have had incredible results, right? So sometimes it's just the way that it can land with people. There's a pattern, like for example, I love jigsaw puzzles. I don't know about you, raise your hand if you're a jigsaw puzzler here. But it's like seeing those patterns of the jigsaw before the picture comes alive. And creating those moments, like for me, I can solve a $500 or $500. Let's have money on my mind right now because we're all into huge money gates right now. But I can solve a 500-piece puzzle within a couple hours. And I'm kind of a geek. I actually tie myself, and me and my daughter actually go to these puzzle competitions. They're super fun. But the thing is that I had one of my clients who, she also is a puzzler. And not everybody has, the analyzer personality, which is green, by the way. So my client was a high green personality. She wanted to analyze everything, and we worked with that. I kind of fail forward, as I call it. That's how I learn. That's how I grow. Not everybody is set up that way. And so for my client Shanna, it was really important for her that she analyze things. She's green. That's her personality. And so that's what we worked with her, was how can we analyze things, first of all, for you, set it up in who you are. She's an analyzer. And then work with her clients. So we analyzed her clients. We analyzed what colors that they were. We set up a CRM for her, and it worked so well. She was doubling her income within a month, literally by knowing herself more, then knowing who she was serving, and then speaking their language. So they were going, yes, please. Raising the hands. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. The crazy thing is that she had already gone through, with her current company, she had gone through about 3 different coaches. And here's what I find with coaching and coaching industry is that a lot of coaches are teaching from their perspective. They're not really teaching you in who you are. Because it comes down to that first. Who are you here? Who are you here to speak to? And how do you speak the love language so that they are saying yes to you? So that they're leaning in and going, I just love what you do. I love that you're raw. I love that you're real. Those are the people who are attracted to me, and super smart women. So that high green personality, that's what she needed. She just needed how to analyze things, how to be herself. And when she got, because there's not a lot of leaders who were also analyzers that she was being coached by. They're probably crazy oranges like me. Like, just do it. Go out and have fun. It'll start making sense as I start bringing it around. Like, that's how I'm meant to be. I'm not meant to follow scripts. In fact, every time I follow a script in a sales conversation, it goes sideways so bad. And I'm not meant to do that, right? She is. She's an analyzer. She needed to analyze her data. She needed to pivot. She needed to figure out what the language of the other 3 personalities were. And when Shanna did that, like I said, she was like doubling up her income just about every single month. It was so beautiful to see. And then I had another client. Her name's Beth. Love her to death. Hope she sees this later. And Beth already was a leader. She was like a top 1% income earner with her company. And with Beth, she knew herself deeply, right? She's a top 1% income earner within her company. What she didn't know was how to lead her team. And we hear this all the time. If you're in a network marketing company, and she happened to be in a home party plan, which I was a regional vice president of a home party plan for probably 9 years. This is where I learned personality, actually. I brought it into my leadership skills. And we worked with that. So her team, literally, she learned all of their personality, all of their colors. Again, she already knew herself, right? That wasn't the piece that she was missing. What she was missing was she didn't know her team. And when she got centered in on that language, on how to serve her team, oh, the results were crazy. She already had a coach. She had a great coach. I believe she was in I think they call it like the coach. I don't know what, Eric Worre. She was being mentored by Eric Worre, and so he had all the top leaders in the country, and I think he called it like his white coaching program. So you paid really, really big money to be a one-to-one coach with him. And she was like, Jody, I learned more from you in 6 months on how to lead my team than I did with Eric Worre, right? And again, it's all these coaches, these gurus. You've done programs before, you've done coaching before, and it's not a mistake. Everything that you have learned, you've learned for a reason, okay? Like I said, I happen to be one of those learners that I have to make the mistakes to learn from my mistakes to go forward. Not losing my cool when my pantyhose drop to my ankles is how I function. And it's how people then learn the most from me in those moments. That they're like, wow, you didn't lose your cool. You just kept on going. I still got the aha from you. Right? And what I was teaching 30 years ago is the same thing that I teach now. Know yourself, know who you're here for, know how to speak the language so that they say yes. So what does this really mean for you? You know, your job isn't really here on planet Earth to perform perfectly. You're not. You're not here to be, I call it the monkey clapping. The monkey clapping for the people. Pull the puppet on the string. You're not here to be that perfect person. Your job on planet Earth right now is to know yourself so well. Know your design. Know your energy. Know how you are here to communicate. That when something fails and falls, literally, like my pantyhose, you don't really miss a beat. Because you know that the contribution is coming from somewhere so real inside of you, so deep, that you're not unshaken. That you know, that you know, that you know. And when you have this deep resonance, nothing can shake you off your course. Nothing can distract you. It's like when you're buying a Jeep and all of a sudden you see Jeeps everywhere. Okay? The course that you're meant to take is true and congruent for you. And when you start grounding yourself in who you are, who you really, really are, your clients, your team, your people, just like when you're looking for the Jeep and all the Jeeps show up, I'm telling you, when you know who you are so deeply, those people start showing up too. And in order to receive, you have to do it in a different way first. You have to do it your Just like my client Shanna, she had to do it in a researcher way because she's a researcher. She's an analyzer. And she figured out who her people were. But then she had to speak their language so that it connected. And even when I talk about this, you can feel the resonance in my voice changes. I have such a deep conviction on these 3 pillars of knowing who you are, that it's unshakable. Knowing who you are here to serve becomes unshakable. Knowing how to speak their language. It could be your partner, maybe your spouse. It could be your co-workers. It could be your children. It could be your parents. But knowing how to speak their language so that they are walking away from a decision working with you, that they just go, man, that Jody, she's talking my language. She's resonating with me. She's making me dig deeper into who I am. And that's what personality dimensions teaches you. It teaches you the communication skills. I love personality dimensions. I've been doing it for, like I said, over 30 years. And then that's what your human design shows you. And that's what we build here every single week. So if this is landing with you, if you're going, I think Jody's speaking my language. Every week I'll be writing about patterns, decoding them for you, having just real conversations here with you. But if you want the full container, the one that I've been working on for several years, it's actually a monthly newsletter that's delivered right to you. Analog. Not something that you go into your email and then download it. I've been working on this, like I said, for the past several years with past clients. They love getting something in the mail. And with my high ticket clients, I thought, how can I bring this the same way for you? And by the way, it's at a very reasonable price. It's like $100 a month. And in that, you will actually get a monthly training with it. So a 2-hour to watch as you go through your analog Oracle newsletter. You'll learn more about knowing yourself. You'll learn more about who are you here to serve. And then, of course, the deeper language, the love language, and how to speak so that all of those around you say yes. Say yes to you and raise your hand. And just remember this. This is what I want to leave on here today. You can absolutely give someone an aha moment, even with your ankles, your pantyhose right down to your ankles. It's the container of who you are that lights up the room. So again, this is Jody Maley here with the Heart Centered Entrepreneur. Have a great day, everyone, and I hope that you take something from here, got an aha moment from it. If you're interested in being into my container, just shoot me a message. We'll be starting this up shortly, and I'm so super happy that it's something that I've been doing with my high-ticket clients that I can bring to you now in a way that seems congruent. All right, take care. Have a great day, everyone.